Hello, everyone. Happy Small Business Saturday. I bet everybody is out shopping or cleaning up from Thanksgiving. I'm sure that you are all stuffed from Turkey Day. But I wanted to just jump on today as this was being downloaded through me to really start to talk about resistance. And I'll describe a little bit of how this message came to me. I just think that it's really such an important topic to address as we are going into 2020, and you are probably going to be setting goals if you haven't already. Goals, intentions, having a big vision. Everybody and their grandma is talking about this right now, right? So I see Tiffany, Sarah, awesome. We have some people joining. And if you're watching the replay, we have Dar. Yes, everybody's popping on, and you guys get to just sit back and relax and enjoy as I talk about clearing resistance. And like I said, I know that everybody is talking about this, taking the next leap into 2020, leveling up, all of these different things, which are so exciting. And so I want to talk about the thing that naturally comes up when we are leveling up, which is resistance. And so I was meditating the other day, and this message came through to me so clearly. So that kind of sparked the idea for this whole Facebook Live today. And I was just sitting, meditating, and, I go through my own levels of resistance. Chantel, Sylvia, awesome. Mohammed, we have a lot of different people joining. Awesome. So I was just saying, I was in meditation the other day, and I had this message just so clearly channeled through me, and I am just always stretching myself as well, and so my own patterns of resistance naturally come up, right? In whatever form. It could be frustration or impatience. A lot of those old patterns kick in because you're going into the unknown, right? You're feeling uncomfortable, you're stretching yourself, and so naturally these patterns come up. And so that's what we'll talk about today, is really how to clear that. And a lot of the things that people miss before they actually start on their journey. And awesome, we got a little heart. We see Cassie. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about resistance today, how to clear it, traps that we fall into when setting goals, and really how to move through that. Tara, awesome. Nice to see everybody. This is great. Wow, we got a lot of people. I thought you'd all be out shopping today. Brianna, this is awesome. So yeah, as I was saying, so I was in meditation, I'm going through this. I have my own process of meditation, and this message came across, and it was very clear to me. It said, you were brought this resistance to show others how to clear it. And to me, that was so powerful, and it came through so clearly that I knew I had to make a Facebook Live or do something, a training around this. And for me, resistance shows up, my old patterns show up in the form of anxiety, control, impatience. Those are all of my patterns that I know are, deeply tied to my past and how I was raised and my subconscious and all of that. And so when I see those patterns creeping back in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is what's happening. The resistance is showing up. I'm stepping into unfamiliar terrain, and I'm very uncomfortable because you're out of your comfort zone, you're stretching yourself, you're doing something that's not natural to you yet. So I always use the example of, if you are, Joy, thanks for the hearts. So if you've mastered algebra, if I could speak algebra, then it's familiar to you. But now you're trying to learn calculus, and you're like, what is this? Or you're trying to learn quantum physics, and it's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. So it's natural. You're going to feel awkward. It's going to feel like a stretch. But what we're going to talk about today is actually how to move through that and how to clear those blocks so that you're smooth sailing. And so what naturally comes up whenever you're stretching is resistance in the form of whatever your normal patterns are. So like I said, for me, it's impatience, frustration, wanting things to get done very quickly, and not really taking the time to sit back and allow things to come through. So I know for me specifically, when I'm forcing something or when this resistance comes up, that's not the space that I'm going to be creating from, right? Because when we're trying to create from a place of resistance or force, Or even for you, maybe it comes through as lack. So maybe you're trying to, one of your goals for 2020 is to make more money, but you keep getting in these patterns of like trying to create from lack and grasp and, you know, try to get all these new clients, and you're actually pushing people away because people can feel energetically what you're putting out there. And so the first step before you even go to take action, a lot of people will be like, all right, well, I want to make more money in my business. Let me go right to the strategies. Let me do Facebook ads. Let me do sales funnels, newsletter, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, you don't do that first. You align your energy first. You get the energy aligned. You get into that good feeling place. But before you even get there, you need to be clearing this resistance, because that's going to be getting in the way of you creating from a space of expansion and abundance and feeling good, right? Because if you're not feeling good and you're putting things out there, whether it's Facebook posts or newsletters or whatever your mode of creation, then it's going to be seeded and laced with your resistance, right? Because your signature, your energetic imprint is on that. And so if you're coming from fear or self-doubt, people can feel that. It doesn't matter, you know, if you're posting the best content out there, people are going to be able to sense it through your energy, through your words. And I think that we are way more energetically in tune than we realize. So it's really about aligning your energy first. So getting into that good feeling place, clearing blocks of resistance by, first of all, noticing them, and then doing those internal and external practices of whatever that is for you. You know, I go through a lot of different methods and tools with my clients, physical ways to get that energy out and alchemize your frequency so that you're at a high vibration, you're attracting and you're magnetizing instead of forcing and coming from this resistance place. And so I think it's so important to actually align your energy first before you even begin to take action. So we have all of these intentions, right? Like we're at the end of the year, intentions, goals, we have a vision. It's all there. You might know crystal clear, this is what it is. But then when you go to take action, the frustration, the resentment, the stuff naturally comes up because it's your subconscious trying to protect you. And it tells you, oh, wait, the last time that you did this, it wasn't safe. So don't go, you know, shine or allow yourself to be seen. And we actually subconsciously hold ourselves back from even taking action or from creating. And it's so powerful to realize how the subconscious subtly, and I just posted about this today, we numb out, we check out, we don't want to see things because it's too triggering for us. And so we numb out through food or social media, or we check our phone a million times a day, or we get lost in Netflix. I know a lot of people, myself included, like I've done all of these things, and it's very subtle the way it just creeps in and pulls you back to those old patterns. And pretty soon you're like, oh, what was that thing I was supposed to do, right? And, you know, we have to kind of make light of it too, because it's like, oh, you know, there I go again. So don't get too bogged down on, you know, beating yourself up or making yourself wrong with any of this stuff. It's really just noticing, oh, I'm back in my old patterns again. I'm experiencing this resistance because it's there. And like I said, I experienced this too, but now that I have the awareness and the tools to shift it quickly, I'm not stuck in these patterns of like feeling like I'm trudging through sludge and mud and all of these blocks that used to get in my way. Now I know how to energetically shift it. I know how to visualize and do meditation and accelerated manifestation practices. I know how to align my energy. I know how to physically alchemize and shift my energy so that there's nothing in the way. And I always tell people to think of this, like if you, no matter what city you're in, right, you've experienced traffic before, you know what traffic looks like. So say that you want to get to, you know, McDonald's, I don't know, whatever your fast food or whatever diner you like. And, you know, there's traffic along the way, or there's roadblocks and things that are preventing you from getting there. It's supposed to take 10 minutes. the shit takes 20 minutes to get there. There's like so much traffic. There's so much going on. That is your resistance. So you have that goal. The goal is wherever you want to wind up, right? The diner, McDonald's, wherever you're going. But you are getting in your own way. And that is the cars or the blocks or whatever's getting in the way. And so when you clear it, guess what? You get there a lot quicker. You don't have that turbulence. You have a lot clearer vision. You have a lot smoother sailing along that path. It's just so much easier to get to that goal. But a lot of people go right away. They're like, oh, well, I want to lose weight, or I want to, make $10,000 in my business. So I'm going to do all of the external things first, and then it's going to show up. And it's not that way. You actually need to be doing your inner work, that inner transformation, removing this resistance that's getting in the way energetically before you even go ahead and implement those strategies, because it's going to be like, honestly, putting whipped cream on like a mud pie. Like, there's so much stuff underneath that you need to be addressing that's not allowing you to have the energetic alignment to then take action and get to that vision that you have, that you know in your heart and soul, this is what I want to be doing, and this is what I want to achieve in 2020. That's awesome, right? It's like, I have the vision board, I'm doing my affirmations, all this stuff, but then something happens. You hit a roadblock, or you start developing self-doubt, or you're scrolling through social media and you're comparing yourself to other people. All of these things are blocks. They are real blocks that people experience, and it's going to slow you down. It's going to prevent you from getting to that destination that you crave. Whatever it is, if you want to build a business, if you want to, write a book, whatever that is, these principles are so essential for anything that you're wanting to create in your life. Because if the energy ain't aligned, you're not going to be creating from a place of expansion. And I see this so much, is that people are wanting those strategies. They want all of the external things, but they don't look inwardly to see how much your energy actually runs your life and how you show up every day. Like, if I were to show up on this Facebook Live and I'm like, hi guys, how you doing? It's your physicality, it's your energy, it's everything, it's your signature. That is your gift. So when you're working on your energy and you're shifting and you're expanding, that is when the outcome will happen. And I just got chills, so that's truth. And so I want you to really think about, like, what is actually getting in my way? Is it, I am shaming myself, or I am like having this inner critic, this challenge with my spouse, or whatever it is. All of that is getting in your way. As much as, like, say, for example, you want to grow your business and you say, oh, well, my body image has nothing to do with my business. Yes, it does. Because if you can't be seen, if you have shame around your physical body or how you look, that isn't going to allow you to sparkle, to shine, to magnetically attract new clients. And this is the work that I do with women. It's so powerful to see when you shift internally, when you begin to really release these layers of subconscious bullshit that is holding you back, your path is just going to be accelerated. You are going to be able to get to those goals. You're going to be able to not hold yourself back, because when we're constantly creating from the past, what do you think is going to show up? Right? We're thinking the same thoughts. We're feeling the same emotions of shame and guilt and all of these lower energies. The resistance is in the way. What do you think you're going to create? More of the same. So you need to be changing and shifting and alchemizing your inner landscape so that it matches your vision for the future. And so this is the work that I do in my Quantum Queen group. In my Quantum Queen Transformation Program, we really take a deep dive to help you up level and shift out of these patterns that have been running your life. The subconscious controls 95% of everything that you do. And so if you're not addressing that, you're going to be creating from a limited space, number one, but two, you're not going to know what to do when that resistance comes up. You're going to either stop in your tracks, or you'll try to create from a lower contracted space, which isn't going to reach the people that you want anyway. What I want for all of my clients, for all of you, is to be expressing your light out into the world, to not have any of this stuff, this resistance in the way. So you're sending a clear message. You're actually putting that signal out into the world. I teach, how to alchemize your frequency, how to slow your brain waves down, how to increase your reach so that you're able to then reach your vision, to magnetize your ideal clients, whatever it is. It's all energy. This is everything. This is everything we need to be addressing, to be looking at, and this is going to be your game changer. So I actually have a couple of spots open in my Quantum Queen transformation program. And if you're wanting this true transformation, not surface level, not like, oh, it's just another program that I'm going to do and hope that it fixes me, or that whatever that story is. If you're really craving and wanting to, build something for your life, this is essential. You need to be addressing the energetics of it, along with the aligned strategy, of course, right? Like we have the transformation, the inner work, but then the outer work. Of course, you have to be taking action. It's not just like, oh, Santa Claus, please send me $10,000. Like that's not going to happen. But it's combining that transformation work along with the aligned strategy so that you're consistently taking action steps towards that vision and making it a reality for your life. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I am opening up a couple spots, and prices are going to be going up in 2020. So if that's something that is just like really tugging at your heart right now and you're being pulled to this, private message me and we can chat to see if it's a good fit for both of us. But otherwise, I would love to hear what everyone thought of this whole discussion. I saw some comments. Chantel said, I usually feel anxious. I wish I could remove the anxiety. Right. And so Chantel, I would say to you, because I've dealt with this too, anxiety is a messenger. Anxiety is trying to show you something. And what we do is we label it, right? We judge it, right? Automatically, because it's something that's uncomfortable. So we don't want to feel it. So and by we, I mean collectively, we push it away, or we numb it out, or we watch Netflix, or we keep really busy and we achieve things. That's another way that we can numb out and kind of just not feel anything. When in reality, your anxiety is trying to tell you something. Your anxiety is a messenger. It's a signal to you, letting you know, hey, something is off right now. Maybe it's a lack of trust. You're not trusting your life, or you're thinking like, I should be here, or you're having expectations. Everybody's anxiety can be rooted in different causes, but it's important that you're feeling it, that you're not suppressing it, and that you're actually having a relationship with yourself and saying, what are you trying to tell me right now? Instead of just avoiding, suppressing, denying it. That's where true healing and true transformation can occur. So yeah, I love that question. If anybody else has any other comments or questions, or just wants to private message me, I welcome it. I think that this is so important, and I just love talking about transformation, if you couldn't tell. So anyway, I hope that you had a great Thanksgiving. Feel free to reach out to me and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll talk to you guys soon.